Alright, so that's what we're going to learn. So I've got it tabbed out, and I've got a link to the tab below. So it's Julianne Johnson on the Dulcijo, and I've got a different tuning here. So, and I think this works much better. So instead of tuning this high string to the first string, we're tuning it an octave above the middle string. Okay. So the high string is B flat. Middle string's F. Technically F4. Go ahead and get your instrument in tune. And then the high string, F3, an octave higher. Still F, but 8 notes higher. Wait, first of all, I want to go over just an exercise, okay? And the exercise is actually part of the song, okay? The exercise is the third line from the bottom, and it's this second half here, okay? It's this second string, hammer on to the first fret. You're going to do kind of a strum thumb, and then you're going to hit the first fret, second string, and then kind of a strum thumb, okay? The reason I want to go over this is because this kind of represents an excellent frailing pattern to practice for this instrument, you know. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to hit the second string, you're going to hammer on, okay, then you're going to strum from the middle string, the second string and the first string, come off with your thumb, and then you're going to come back and you're leaving your finger depressed, and you're going to hit that first fret, second string again, and then you're going to strum the first and second string, keeping this finger down, and come off with your thumb. Okay, so that sounds like this. See how that rhythm, if you can get that down, that's going to be a huge part of playing a lot of these tunes, okay? So just like guys who practice the frail on a 5-string, you know, this is your frail on a 3-string, you know. So again, we're just going to hammer on to the first fret, second string, play the first and second string, come off with our thumb, come back and hit that first fret, second string again, and then strum first and second, come off with our thumb. I'll do it real slow. And you'll have to practice this slowly. You know, it won't sound like anything at first, I'm sure, but as you continue to work on it, you'll get this hand limber, you know. Like I said, I think the brains are in the bow, which is this hand when you're playing a violin, right? So the brains are here. This is necessary, but like I said, this is where the art comes in, you know, and you're fully capable of getting all this stuff, you know. Really anybody is who just applies themselves, you know. And this is not difficult by any means, you know. It's just a matter of muscle memory, you know. So I'll do it again. So we get the idea there. So I'm going to go over these first 2 lines, okay? Now I may have to break this up into a couple lessons, but we'll see how it goes. All right? So the first thing we're going to do, you're going to have your first finger, your your finger is going to be on the first fret of the first string, okay? And you're going to strum them all. And you can do that because you got this high string tuned to the F in unison, right? Just an octave higher, so it sounds like a great chord, right? Then you're going to slide from there to the second fret. That's it. Alright? Then you're going to strum again, leaving your finger in place, and come off with your thumb. Alright, so I'm going to put that first little measure together. Again, these little measures become miniature exercises, you know. And if you're struggling, just work on that, and then you'll slowly add piece after piece, and you'll have the whole piece. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to move on. So visually, what we just covered was this figure and this figure. Now we're going to play the rest of this line. Okay. Right, so now we're back on the first fret, first string again. We're going to strum them all. We're going to pull off as we do that. Okay, then we're going to come to the second string, first fret. We're going to hit that. Then we're going to hit the second string open. Then first fret again. And then strum them all open. Okay, I'll play that figure together. Now I'll do the first line together. Okay. All right. All right, now I'm going to play it up to speed. So it's still coherent and you slow it down. That'll help. You know, sometimes when you break these things down, it's hard to hear anything that sounds like music, but if you persist, it will come together. It will take form. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the second line right here. And what you're going to be doing, we're going to kind of do like a miniature Gaelic lick here, which I think sounds pretty cool. So we're going to have our second finger on the first string, okay, and we're going to strum them all, come off with our thumb. We'll do that twice. Okay, and then all you do from there is you go down to the 5th fret, strum them all, and 4th fret. Okay, I'll play that whole line now. Okay, now I'll play the first and second line together. Play it from the beginning. So you can see how it's a little snappy, and I've got a little bit more rhythmic energy going into it, right? And it's not so rigid. How you get there is you work on that exercise that I talked about in the beginning. What that does is it frees up your hand. It gives you a great muscle memory, and so you'll be able to navigate this stuff with ease. All right, I'm going to stop the lesson here. The tab's below, and I'll pick this up in another lesson.